Yeah, people don't get appreciated while they're active. It's only after they think, oh my God, they were really good, you know, right? What he's done for the industry worldwide, you know, and in this country in particular. Like I said, every 400 meters or so, there's a boxing studio springing up. Why? Because of Anthony Joshua, yeah. And and for me, having the closeness I had with him, it was also a bittersweet thing that it was me engineering, not his downfall. I don't like the word downfall, to stop him to achieving what they wanted to be a 3-time world champion. If the choice was given, but we had no choice. Yeah, I would prefer it wasn't him. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying.
So even here, guys, Don Charles showing a bit of remorse. Like, look, we knew we had to fight AJ, so we had to fucking kind of take the guy out, but we kind of wish it wasn't him because we didn't really want to do the damage to you, because he knows him, guys. He knows him as a character. Like, he worked with him before. So yeah, man, this is just Don Charles showing his true, like, emotions and his heart, really, of his intentions.
Yeah, but it happens to, and he too, I don't know how he feels about coming up against me. I wouldn't want to be the man who was in that corner that day. Because it's Daniel Dubois, yes, I have to be in that corner. That's my fighter. It's my priority. Yeah. But that's how it was written.
Don, when we spoke just on that place there 3 weeks ago when I came to the gym, a week before the fight, you said Eddie and Anthony, you know, didn't wake up one day and think, oh, we want to fight Daniel Dubois.
I stand on that.
Went and saw Frank Warren yesterday, and they said they were 100% confident that Hrgović was going to win that fight.
Correct. So was everyone.
They were going to fight Hrgović.
Correct. You know, it's not. That's, you know, there's so many things, factors. Then they find themselves, okay, you know what? Josh is a warrior. He is. He said, you know what? If that's the fight I gotta have, that's the fight I've gotta have. Yeah? And we didn't have any God-given right that we were gonna be victorious. We believed and trained that we were going to secure the victory. Yeah? But there was no, like, you know, they were so cocksure. They got this entitlement. We just have to turn up, hit him on the chin, and we win. Yeah, that was their attitude, from the coaching staff to the fighter. They sold him that concept. You can't sell your fighter a false concept. Yeah? You can't sell your fighter a false concept. He was sold by the general public, and to my surprise, his team bought that concept. All you got to do is hit him on the chin once and you'll knock him out.
That's true, guys. It's facts. The evidence of that is in the fight, guys. That they did the Francis Ngannou on they thought Daniel Dubois was going to be a Francis Ngannou. I've already done a breakdown on this, guys, so you can check my video out. But AJ, Ben Davison, Ben Davison probably don't want to blame anyone, but when you big a fighter up so much, oh, you're knocking people out now, you're doing this, you're doing that. That's the only fighting style AJ had, is to just hit him on the chin and the guy's going to get knocked out. But what happens, guys, when you hit him on his chin and he doesn't get knocked out? That's where I don't think these guys prepared for, and that's a downfall, guys, because yes, when you go into these fights, you want to be a killer, you want to knock people out. But from what it looked like to me is AJ had no answer to where, say he doesn't knock the guy out, say the guy eats his shot, or the shot doesn't land, or if the guy lands a shot on you, there's no defense, there's no nothing. So Don Charles is right in ripping Ben Davison and everyone else here, because it's true what he's saying. They thought it's going to be one shot. They thought Daniel Dubois is going to be as easy as like a Francis Ngannou, which is an MMA fighter. It was a fucking rude awakening. Guys, a lot of people that are to blame for what happened with AJ. Definitely AJ. You can obviously say his trainer. You can obviously say whoever. But guys, one person people are missing out. You know those people, guys. I can't find them anymore, man. I struggled to find them. But before I made the AJ versus Dubois, before the fight, I was doing a lot of prediction videos and whatever. Every time I put a video up of the reasons for why Dubois would beat AJ, I would get these lists of these comments, guys. These guys were commenting with paragraphs paragraphs and shit saying, oh, how can this Dumbo beat AJ? He's going to get knocked out in 3 rounds. You don't know boxing. He's going to get knocked out in 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds. You know, these people, guys, do you know where they're gone, guys? Because I'm trying to find them. I can't. They don't reply. They don't say nothing back. I try to chase them down, guys. I can't find them. But you know, these are the men that are responsible for bringing AJ's ego up as well. Because, you know, these men said, oh, AJ's too good. They sold AJ. He was the best boxer around. Guys, it was ridiculous. You had men like Spencer Fearon and fucking Derek Chisora saying he's knocking sparring partners out. And he's saying, oh, he can knock out Usyk in 4 rounds. You can knock this guy out. Guys, in my opinion, Usyk schooled every fucking British heavyweight. You think AJ is going to be able to do fucking damage to Usyk after Daniel Dubois just battered AJ to a, I was about to say bloody pulp. He wasn't a bloody pulp, but he was a battering from pillar to post. He's like there's a word for it, guys. He's just got battered, man. Let's just be straight. The best word is a battered. He got battered. There's no other way around it. And Usyk obviously dealt with Dubois as well quite comfortably, apart from obviously the body shot thing, which is controversial. But Usyk dealt with him, in my opinion. So you're saying to me Spencer Fury and AJ is just going to go through Daniel, is going to go through Usyk, going to go through Fury. It's all BS, guys. These lot just saw him knock out Francis Ngannou, and they just thought these loud thuds that AJ's been landing on pads. We've seen, guys, when that doesn't work, when the thuds that he knocks people out with doesn't work, he's got no answer, guys. And I will be doing a few more videos showing AJ's defense and everything, because it was very bad, guys. It was like the worst defense I've seen. Loads of videos I will be doing soon just to expose this, guys, out of AJ. So it's got to be said. But yeah, guys, so Don Charles, and I'll be honest, guys, you guys that bigged him up and said AJ's too good, you guys sold AJ the dream that he's good and he's actually better than he thinks, guys. And Ben Davison, every fucker who just thinks, yo, hit pads, dud, that makes you a fighter, guys. That don't mean shit, guys, in this game. You can hit pads as hard as you want. You can be the hardest puncher. But if you don't know how to fight, you don't know how to box, you don't know how to use your skills in the right way, you don't have a game plan. When your game plan goes wrong, or as they say, when Mike Tyson says, as Don Charles said, when you get punched in your mouth, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. And I've seen that evident with AJ.
I saw you actually have a conversation, brief one, with Eddie straight after the fight in the ring. What was said there?
I won't go into details. It's a personal conversation, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, Frank Warren was delighted with the night, Don.
Well, hell yeah.
And he's backed, you know, him and Daniel have been an unbelievable partnership, actually.
Oh, God, yeah, yeah.
Been through...
Frank invested in the young man when he was 19. He had that much belief, yeah? Even when the chips was down, he still had the belief to engineer him back into contention. And look at that. What a story. What a story.
I think Frank Warren actually invested in Daniel Dubois when he was 17. I'm pretty sure, guys, 10 years ago. So Daniel Dubois is 27 now. I'm pretty sure he was 17, guys, when Frank Warren took him on. I could be wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure he was 17. So, yeah, man, 10 years. And what a heavyweight. What an investment that was, guys.
And the exciting thing is that he's only 27 years old. Daniel Dubois.
just turned.
In September.
Yeah, just turned.
So this is just the start.
Correct.
Which is very, very exciting. There were some notable names.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Dubois just in his like early years, guys. This guy's got like easy 5 to 8 years in him. If he wanted to do 10 years in heavyweight, he could. But you could say he's got 5 to 10 years left in the game. That's early for heavyweights, guys. And Dubois is only going to get better, guys, over the next 4 or 5 years. He's going to get better. I don't think he's peaked yet. But and whereas these other fighters, AJ and all these people, I'm not saying they can't improve. But you know they've reached the capability of their physical capabilities. Whereas Dubois, guys, at that age, is still maturing. You're still getting better. And you'll get better. But AJ, I'm not saying he can't improve. But he's coming towards the other end, guys, where it starts to get harder and harder.
At ringside, Don, what do you think Alexander Usyk was thinking watching that?
Only he could to tell you. I didn't care who was in there. I know, to be quite honest, yeah. Only afterwards, when I'm watching, I haven't watched the fight back, but I've seen clips of the stoppages, the knockdowns. So you see, that's the only time you start to see who was actually in attendance. And I thought, oh my God, it was a star-studded event, attendances, and I don't know. You have to go and ask him. We couldn't care what he's thinking. That's not what they wanted. That's not what the outcome they wanted.
I was going to say Daniel ruined a lot of plans and stuff.
Well, I would say so. Daniel was not invited to this party. He crashed the party from the Miller fight, as far back as from the Miller fight. Yeah?
That is facts, guys. Usyk's team, when Daniel Dubois battered AJ, was in shock. Alexander Krasuk, $sign, started like sweating out of his head, guys. The managers of Usyk was like, fuck, man, this is supposed to be a massive money fight after Fury. AJ 3, that would have been massive. Fuck, like, I saw the sweat dripping off their heads.
But AJ used to be a different man. Zero defense, zero motivation. I can't even comment on that. I have absolutely no idea. His team behaved not in the right manner, so they jumped into the ring before the count was over, after the first knockdown. So the bell didn't ring and they were there like they never heard the rules. I don't know. Something went wrong.
The guy who I saw gave the fucking death stare. I will be doing a video exposing this very soon. Turkey al-Sheikh. That guy fucking, he might not show you the face, but guys, under those shades he was wearing, I'm telling you, he had the look of disgust on his face. Like, we invested this much into you, AJ, and you come out and you give me this sort of performance. I bring this shit down to Wembley for you guys, and you give me this shit. What is this shit? I could tell the guy was fuming. Didn't say nothing to Daniel Dubois, just handed the fucking belt over him with very, like, the guy looked upset to me, in my opinion. And I'll be doing some exposure soon, guys. Don't worry, Mr. Turkey al-Sheikh's favoritism exposed. So stay tuned.
He crashed their party, their lovely party.
Now he's the host of the party.
Well, yeah, it looks that way. Yeah, God is great.
Daniel Dubois came in the game, guys. This is one thing I noticed, guys. I'll be doing a video on it. All these plans that these Saudi people have, guys. They wanted Tyson Fury to beat Usyk. They wanted fucking AJ to beat fucking Ngannou, which happened. And people say there was a hand in the Saudi fucking regime to do that, which I don't know. They wanted Dubois to lose to AJ, which never happened. You could just see the look on their face, guys. They have certain favourites they want to win, and if they don't win, these guys get upset, guys. And you can see what they're doing now with the rematch. I'll be making a video on it, guys. It's Turkey al-Sheikh who's pushing the rematch. Do you think if Dubois lost, they would have pushed the rematch? No. AJ wasn't even a fucking champion. He didn't have a belt. This is the favoritism I'm talking about. But guys, I'll be exposing that in another video, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe.
No, but genuinely, I'm not asking you to think exactly what Usyk was thinking, but look, from what I was reading in that situation is if the favourite Joshua had won, that sets up.
Joshua is better business for all of them. Exactly. Joshua is the money man. It's common knowledge. Hence why they would favour Joshua to win. It's good business.
Exactly. So from Usyk's perspective, obviously he believes he'll beat Tyson Fury in a rematch, and then
I don't believe he will.
Oh, you think Tyson beats him?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because Tyson was beating him up in the first one, then took his foot off the gas, and I don't believe he'll made that mistake twice.
Do you think he knocks him out this time?
I think he stops him.
That sets up a Fury Dubois fight, doesn't it?
I'm not at liberty to expand.
That would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. But okay, let me ask this a different way, Don.
Okay, guys, that's where I would probably disagree with Don Charles, but I do agree with Don Charles on most of his points, but he thinks Tyson Fury will stop Usyk. I don't know, it could happen. It could happen, guys, but I see personally, in my opinion, I see it happening again, and if not worse, in my opinion. But see what happens in that fight, guys. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I believe it'll be worse for Fury in the rematch. But who knows? Fury could come back, but we'll see what happens there, guys.
Do you think Usyk would rematch Daniel?
Ask Usyk.
The way my man goes, ask Usyk. That was like a big sigh in my opinion.
You know, I always say people might think, I'm old. That the older I get, the more wiser I become. When I say things, people got their opinion. The same way I have my opinion. The way God plans things, we don't see it, including me. Yeah? When we had that thing in Poland with Usyk, I asked my God when I got home that night to the hotel, why, God? We did everything. The game plan was to a T. We stopped this guy. I'll argue to my grave, prove my point, and I'm happy to die again. That punch was a legitimate punch. If anyone who knows boxing, I'm not judging it from a hatred point of view, yeah? Weekend just gone, Willie Hutchinson was dropped with a belt line shot from Boazzi, identical shot. Yeah? It stood, it was counted. Andre Ward, namely, and Floyd Mayweather have made a living out of hitting people on the belt line because it counts. It's a very soft, horrible, weak point on any human being. You can have 10-pack, whatever.
Remember the Kovalev fight with Andre Ward?
Exactly, yeah? So, if you understand boxing to the level that I understand boxing, then you will know that was a legitimate punch, right? So, but when it went wrong, so we didn't get that, they ruled it off, and then the man was allowed to get back into the fight, as in Usyk, and with being the superior technician that he is, he was able to negate his way to get his win.
Now, guys, I'm going to just interrupt here, guys. So, Don Charles is basically saying that shot that landed on Usyk, Daniel Dubois shot, that was legitimate, and he keeps saying, I went home that day when we lost. He went to God and he was like, why did we lose? We know that was legitimate, blah, blah, blah. Whatever his reasons are. And I did a breakdown on this, guys. Definitely check my video out. This was before Usyk fought Fury. Was that legitimate? And guys, honestly, I was giving my unbiased view. I believe that shot to Daniel Dubois. When I watched this live, when I was watching it as well, guys, I just thought that was legitimate. I thought he hit him in a body shot. Once I realised the referee said, oh, that's a low blow, I was like looking at Usyk, and Usyk continued to milk it. But if the referees called it a low blow, you can't really say shit. There's no, like, I don't blame Usyk for milking it, because that's part of the rules. Once the referee says it's a low blow, it's kind of like you don't really have no leg to stand on. Even though I do believe it was a legal shot, as in it was his stomach, man. He didn't hit nowhere near his fucking balls. And he winded him, guys. He winded him bad. And that was Dubois' shot. That's how much power Dubois got. And I agree with Don, guys, that I think that was legitimate. But again, he was the referee that stopped it. But it's very interesting that Don Charles says he knows that shot was legitimate, and I can't disagree, guys. But the only thing I can say is the referees chose it. Can't really take that back, guys. Why if the referee calls? Unfortunately, that's how it's got to go in this game.
Yeah. So that was taken away from Daniel, that moment. So what I look back at it now is that God said, right, I'm gonna let that happen for you to go back to the drawing board and get better and better to serve you for where you're going, which is where we are now. So when I look back at it now, the fight on Saturday is a bigger win than had we become a unified champion 13 months ago.
That's true.
That fight on Saturdays outweighs it by far.
That's facts, guys. To be that's facts. To be fair, imagine if Usyk beat Daniel Dubois beat Usyk back then, he would have become the guy who holds quite a lot of belts. And to be honest, Daniel Dubois might not got all this other learning experience, all these trials and tribulations. If he just won that fight at that time, he may have still been the same fighter. The fact that he had to lose, and then he had to go to that dark place, go fight Miller, which was a tough fight, back and forth. Fight Hrgovic, very tough fight, showed his character. Now fight AJ. 100%, guys, the confidence, the mental fortitude that guy's probably built by having these 3 fights. You can't really buy it, if you know what I'm saying, guys. It's not something you can just get. He had to go through it to get it. So, and now, obviously, if he gets a chance to fight Usyk again the second time, he's going to be far more prepared because of the things he's gone through. So I think Daniel Dubois gives Usyk a challenge, guys. I'm not saying he beats him, but I think he gives him a challenge, a very good challenge. Personally, I think he'd probably have the best chance out of all the heavyweights, in my opinion.
Right? So that's God's work. So when you look at it like that, it gives me sanity.
Madness, guys, madness. That's how shit works. Things work in strange ways.
It wasn't meant to happen back then. It was too premature.
Okay, look, Don, I've taken up 45 minutes of your time.
Really?
I really do
God, time does
appreciate
fly.
It felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add about this?
I just want to say that God is great, God is great, God is great. And stop advice to people. This has helped me as well. What I'm saying to you, I've also practiced it. Stop living in denial in most things in life, because the truth would always set you free. Remember that. The truth will always set you free.
Mad news, guys. The truth will set you free, guys. So all these denials and all these lies, Don Charles giving it straight. The way he said the truth will set you free, it reminded me, guys, of the video I did exposing Spencer Fearon, guys, and all the black magic lies and bullshit he said. And it's just like as it says, the truth will set you free. But yeah, guys, good finishing line from Don Charles. The truth will set you free. The way that could mean a lot of different things, guys. A lot of different claims that was a legitimate body punch. This about AJ. That there's loads of things, but I'll leave that now for maybe another video. But yeah, guys, that's just gonna be my video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.